So this is a segment I could not wait to get into with this Hakeem and Kevin Durant sit down, as the topics are multi-generational. And this is a very unique time and space where a multitude of NBA fans, regardless of your era, can come together and just understand the multitude of layers the league was at, past and present. And throughout the course of this segment, we're going to see how Giannis in a way really mirrors Hakeem, except he does not have the same footwork, the same jump shot, and also Giannis is allowed to take more steps in today's era. When Michael Jordan had left the league in 94 and 95, Hakeem was considered to be the best player. In that 1994 season, he won the Defensive Player of the Year award for the second time, winning Finals MVP as well as the regular season MVP. Just in his sophomore season, he made the NBA Finals in 1986 alongside Ralph Sampson, and after that season, he had some of his best individual years in the league. From 1986 all the way to 1990, then he had another incredible individual season run from 1992 all the way to 1996. So again, this is multi-generational, and to put into proper perspective, for those of you that are more familiar with Giannis, just imagine if he had a jump shot and crazy post game with the footwork, not being allowed to take the crazy over-exaggerated gather step, and just the way the rules are today. When it comes to that imaginary GOAT list, Hakeem's name does not get mentioned enough. He made Shaquille O'Neal in the 1994 NBA Finals look like a joke. Very few players in the NBA could ever say that. And he also made light work of the current defending champions in 1986 LA Lakers, with Magic Johnson dusting them 4-1 in that Western Conference Finals. So in the sit down with KD, they touched on the past and current era of the NBA. There was definitely some nuances in between, but we're gonna get into it. You guys check it out, and every once in a while, I'll check in.
Throughout that rookie season, are you watching Jordan to see what he's doing throughout the year? Are you tapped into what the other players are doing? Are you comparing yourself at that time to?
No, I was just trying to establish myself.
Yeah.
You know, playing against. I mean, I don't look at guards or forwards.
Yeah.
You have all these big men, Kareem, Moses.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the guards.
But he was in your draft class, so I'm like, that wasn't a. They make a connection now with guys that come out in the same draft. So I wondered back in '84, was that even a thing?
Now, this right here, what KD's talking about, there's certain nuances, even though he's a historian of the game, that he's overlooking. The league back then, at the moment that he's talking about, this is before Jordan won all those rings. It was perceived in order to win championships, you needed a big man. That's what really makes Michael Jordan the GOAT, because there were no guards winning championships on that kind of level. And as soon as he left the NBA, big men continued to dominate. So KD asking this question, Hakeem wasn't really necessarily even thinking about a guard completely dominating the league. That was not the norm.
Y'all two came out in the same draft. That who was gonna get Rookie of the Year? Like, was that even a thing in the media?
I mean, the media. You know.
It was.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest draft classes, probably the greatest. Am I right?
No, I mean.
Come on, man. 4 Hall of Famers, 5 Hall of Famers.
Damn, you got John Stockton, Michael Jordan, Hakeem, and Charles Barkley all in that draft.
Come on, man. 4 Hall of Famers, 5 Hall of Famers. How was it playing with Ralph Sampson as another big, though?
I mean, it was just reassurance to
Yeah.
have somebody of that size, somebody try to shoot over him. You come from the weak side.
That defense was, and who were the guards on that team? Point guard.
John Lucas.
John Lucas was the
John
starter.
Lucas was Tony Love,
Now, this team they're talking about right here is a team that completely dominated Magic Johnson coming off a championship run with the Lakers in the 1986 NBA playoffs. Losing to Hakeem in the Western Conference Finals 4-1 completely took Laker fans by surprise.
So easy to throw y'all lobs, man. Just as soon as you come across half, just toss it up.
Most of the plays were designed for Ralph in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the coach realized I have any offensive game, really.
Just throw
So
defense.
they run the play. So Ralph was in the post. I was playing more, maybe 4. So after a while, they said, okay, we changed, I have to take that position. Then the coach realized that I was very comfortable.
Ralph got traded after you guys went to the final. You went to the finals, beat the Lakers. Nobody thought you won.
That was a big one.
Nobody thought you were going to
because
beat the
they just
Lakers.
won the championship.
Yeah, and then the 4-1 gentleman sweep. You really hit him in the mouth early, and the Lakers didn't realize that y'all were that good and that long and athletic. What was the true key to y'all beating the Lakers and sweeping them? What was your advantage, you think, over them at that time?
You know, young talent against experience. But I think we're just overwhelming. Just, you know, we have two bigs.
And you guys were, and both of you were athletic and fast up the court.
Yeah.
Now, KD right here, he's been in the same exact position. The way he got to the finals back in 2012, just beating that San Antonio Spurs team, which was really good. They low-key should have went to 3 straight finals going up against LeBron James during his time in Miami. But they shocked everyone how athletic, how fast they were. And just like Hakeem, kind of got to the finals prematurely. But that's what great players normally do. The same thing happened to LeBron James in 2007, KD in 2012, and Hakeem in 1986.
And then going up against another legendary team in the Celtics.
Boston.
That's when experience finally took over.
That's right.
Their system was so tough to stop everybody moving and cutting, and you got 2 bigs, 3 bigs sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they have Parrish, 7'2", McHale, 7, Larry Bird, 6'10".
And then Dennis was, what, 6'5"? They had size up and down the
size,
board.
and they play together.
And they moved they passed and cut, moved the ball. Like,
You know, they're always saying the 90s was the best era of the NBA, but when you look at the play style of the 80s, the efficiency with the scoring, the passing, the pace, the NBA low-key has been trying to get back to that style of play. And today's game, minus the 3-point shooting, really mirrors that.
They played post, but I felt like they did a lot of movement. Larry can catch and shoot.
Right.
I just felt like they had a well-rounded team. Those teams usually, with size, can overwhelm young teams.
It's size and experience, and losing that championship, you don't feel as bad because they were a better team.
Yeah, but did you feel like you were going to easily get back though?
Right, I thought we were coming back next year.
Yeah, right. And it's like Ralph got traded.
Right, after the injury.
Injury, got traded.
Right.
You were basically the Lone Ranger on the team.
For a while, yes.
Damn, it sounds like KD's talking about his years in OKC after making the finals in 2012. The NBA media overall kind of sometimes undermines teams when they just make the assumption, oh, you'll just get back to the finals next year. And it never really goes like that.
Yes.
But it has some insane individual seasons. Do you think those are some of your best seasons? I know you had some the MVP and the championship runs, but
I was much younger, experienced, and playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
And also everything goes through.
And some of those seasons were insane. I mean, Hakeem was averaging 24, 25 points a game, 2 rebounds, almost 4 blocks a game. He had a season where he almost averaged 5 blocks a game while averaging 24 points and 14 rebounds. Multiple seasons like that. When you talk about all-time greats, Hakeem's name has to be in there.
When you get that ball every play now, you're going to get them numbers.
Yeah.
But you average 4.5 blocks, 4.6 blocks in the season. Like, I can't even comprehend that. Like, doing everything. Quadruple double.
That's what you're doing now.
I wish. I wish.
You put in numbers like this.
I need to have a 10-block game before I retire, and I doubt I have it, but that was always been a dream of mine. And shot blocking just came so natural to you. It's just like,
I enjoyed that part of the game more than anything else.
Again, for some of you that are not familiar, you can go back and check out some Hakeem's clips. He's basically a Giannis with a much better offensive bag. I mean, he could just shoot jump shots. The footwork in the paint was insane. And he couldn't take all those steps that Giannis is doing today. So imagine if Hakeem was in the league right now, boy. You know, the crazy thing, if you ask any of these Michael Jordan stans from the 90s, the year that MJ retired, ask them if they think Jordan could have beat Hakeem in 94, 95. A lot of them will have it at 50-50.
And shot blocking just came so natural to you. It's just like,
I enjoyed that part of the game more than anything else.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, of course.
Damn.
In fact, the toughest part for a shot blocker is to get a shot block. That's like, you feel so defeated. I would take a bad shot before you get my block.
I hate it too, man. Getting shot block is
I mean, I think in basketball, as you know, there's a different respect for a shot blocker because you have to watch out. Anytime you go in the lane, you know he's coming.
It's a level of, as a scorer who has tunnel vision like myself from the perimeter. Sometimes I don't even know what anything is. I'm just running straight to the rim. A shot blocker that you don't see and he's just roaming around waiting for you is nerve-wracking, man. It's like.
And also with the athleticism and leaping ability of Giannis, just imagine that. That's basically Hakeem.
Like, because Dwight Howard was sort of like that.
Exactly.
When
From
I got
nowhere.
into the league.
Yeah.
And he jumped so quick. Those shot blockers are like, that's like one of the scariest things in the game. And I think that's such a game changer.
Exactly. It's a mentality, a shot block mentality where you go after everything.
Yeah. And I see Wemby has that trait right now.
Of course, I mean.
And you're gonna get dunked on sometimes.
You miscalculate, you get dunked on.
But you're gonna block a lot of dunks more than you get dunked on.
That's true. Though to say about one thing about mid-range, can you imagine they saying mid-range is dead?
I can't believe it.
Can you believe that?
That's the analytical crowd within the NBA media. And within that era of just saying the mid-range is dead, it's amazing how the early run of the Golden State Warriors, they utilized the mid-range with Harrison Barnes. You also have Jokic in that same era utilizing the mid-range, as well as Jimmy Butler being able to make 2 NBA finals. And these are not the three-point archetype of players. Even Kevin Durant utilizes the mid-range, especially when he was in Golden State. He basically took that Harrison Barnes slot, while Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry stretched the floor from 3. But KD's bag is really the mid-range. Same thing for SGA. The way he just cooks and just play makes out of the high post, it's unbelievable. But hey, the analytical crowd, they'll tell you the mid-range is dead. The big man is dead. But what do we know, right?
And you see a few guys in our league still keeping it alive. Shea was an MVP. He shoot a lot of mid-range.
Mid-range.
It's the unpredictable shot. It's an easy shot to shoot. Once you master it,
exactly.
Once you figure it out, it feels like a layup.
You need to.
Especially the way the floor is so spaced out in this era. The mid-range shot is the easiest one to take current day.
I've been trying to keep it alive, man. I've been shooting. I shoot the most in the league.
Man, just look at, get to your spot. That's it. Man.
Get to your spot. Preserve some energy. You don't got to dunk and shoot from deep all the time. You can mix that in, but the mid-range is that area, and that was the name of the game back in your era of basketball. I felt like everybody had a mid-range game.
Also with the mid-range, you can see the way SGA just kind of gets into his spots. It also breaks down the defense and allows him to play make for other teammates. Once you get around that high post area into the free throw line, your options tend to open up.
Once Rudy T got to Houston, did he have any say over like the roster? Was he almost like a GM too? Because I feel like once he got there, that's when the Vernon Maxwell, Sam Cassell's, Robert Horry,
he put that team together.
The guys that can really shoot from deep. He put them around you to give you more space. How tight were y'all? I felt like y'all had a good connection. Was that true?
Woody.
You and Rudy?
Yeah.
When he first, because it felt like
he was a scout with the team for a long time.
Really?
So they moved him from there to be the head coach.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's been there all along.
So he's seen your progression.
Right.
So he knew what he had in you.
He was the one that gave me the freedom to play like the way I play on Sunday.
Every time, throw it to him every time. Get out the way.
That's when I started take outside.
It was mid post now.
Hey, you hear that? Reem said from the outside, I hit him with the crossover, and he's shooting jump shots. Once again, he had the defense of Giannis, and he had the skill sets in the offensive end.
Always on the block. Sometimes you
face up
on 3, face up, cross.
Cross, get off balance, pull over. Your game.
Hey, you hear that? Your game, KD. I had your bag on top of all that dancing in the post that I was doing with the footwork. Sheesh. It's hard to leave out Hakeem when you talk about NBA GOATs.
Every time, throw it to him every time. Get out the way.
That's when I started take outside.
It was mid post, not always on the block. Sometimes you
face up
on 3, face up, cross,
get off balance, pull over. Your game.
Man, it just got my mind just going watching. Man, because the moves I watched last night, like 35 minutes of just they got. You watch your highlights.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, I love it. You watch you go on YouTube and watch them?
Yeah.
They got an hour and a half long of just straight 93 to 95 season post work of you and all your moves. Speaking of, I watched the Seattle game. I want to say it was 89, 90 season. I think you had 35, 18, 5 blocks. But how you sprinted up and down the floor to get to your spot was incredible. It was you were beating the guards up the floor.
Hey, as I stated earlier, throughout this segment, you're gonna see Hakeem was basically Giannis with a better offensive bag. Don't let the media fool you when they say, oh, Wemby's athleticism, him just running up and down the court, some of the things that he can do. There's been other bigs with a similar skill set. The only difference with Hakeem versus Wemby is that current day bigs are allowed to just pull up from 3. But in Hakeem's time in the league, shots like that were looked down on.
He was setting up before everybody. After blocking the shot, hitting the ground, running, like your energy was ridiculous at that age. As you got older, did you learn how to preserve all of that?
You're forced to.
Who would you say was the one-on-one, the toughest guy to guard you throughout your career?
Shaq, Patrick, David, those guys, I mean, the shot blockers. Imagine,
Strong,
yeah,
fast.
right, and strong. So you have to play a different kind of style where you face up, more like bring them outside.
I did recognize.
Check the lateral movement.
Yeah. KG was right when you said that, huh?
Hakeem right here is talking about shaking guys out on the perimeter, the same way sometimes we see Wemby does. And unlike Wemby, he played in a big man's era. Patrick Ewing, Shaq, David Robinson from the Spurs, Kareem. Hakeem Olajuwon was able to dominate in a big man's era. Wemby today can dominate, but he's doing that in a time where some teams are still playing small, even though that era is beginning to end.
Majority of my time, I like to play pickup, but I also want to work on the small parts of my game. My handle, just the fundamental parts of it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just want to fine tune some stuff. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but sometimes I like seeing the ball go through the rim when I'm out there 1-on-0 by myself.
Right.
I always feel that the best way for me to get better is just hooping.
Now Hakeem right now was confused that KD was working in his handle. I would say Durant at this point of his career, he needs to work on his post moves. A summertime with Hakeem would make sense right here, as Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, as they aged throughout their career, they operated out of the post. Not only the points come a little bit easier, but they also conserve energy.
I just really want to get your view on the game today and the style of play, how you think it's evolved from your time, and because a lot of people frown upon how we play the game today.
It's interesting because players today, when they ask guys of the past these type of questions, there's a nervousness with them just wanting to hear the answer. But when it comes to Hakeem and KD, they both would do their thing regardless of the era. Some would say in the early 90s and 80s it was more physical, KD wouldn't last. That's false. George Gervin was able to cook. You got guys like Reggie Miller, who also had a slimmer frame. Rip Hamilton of the Detroit Pistons, who played in the most physical era of the NBA, which is the early 2000s. He had a slender frame and he was able to cook. Guys like Allen Iverson, Jamal Crawford, Tracy McGrady. There's been plenty of guys with a slimmer frame who were still able to cook in the NBA's most physical era, which is really the late 90s to the early 2000s.
Really?
Yeah, because
In what sense?
the 90s era was just such a golden era for basketball, and a lot of centers play a lot of physicality. And our game was more spread out, a lot of three-point shots,
Right.
a lot of scoring.
Kevin Durant right here low-key describing the 80s. A lot of today's game, minus the three-point shooting, is mirroring what happened in the NBA in the 80s.
In today's game, a lot of shooters. I mean, I've seen guys passing up a layup and kicking for the 3.
Crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
But they knock it down.
Yeah.
You have to respect it.
Got to.
I've seen guys on the fast break just pull up for 3.
I
If you
love
do that outside,
I love that shot too.
yeah.
And it's encouraged now.
Yeah.
That coaches want us to take those
Yes,
shots.
exactly. So I mean, you have to adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, today's game is open, a lot of skill players,
Yeah.
physicality, a lot of athletes in the game today. You just have to enjoy the the competition, basically. I like to see, certain players that I love to watch. I love watching them play because they make the game look so easy.
Give me a couple names though, because I like if to hear from you saying this about them, who you watching that gives you that feeling.
You number one.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Man, I feel good.
That's true.
Every time you say that, man,
it's true.
Appreciate you.
Man, KD is really genuine, man. He really loves the game, and he's a savant of the game. That's the only knock about some of the guys today, like Anthony Edwards, making certain statements. They don't seem like they're savants of the game, and there's a lot they can learn from the players of the past and add it on to their arsenal present day.
Shea, Joker. Whew.
Boy, cold.
I mean, playing the game where he's making some tough shots. I said, how do you get that over?
He's cold.
Sometimes off balance, one leg, he's making the shots. So you have to.
What do you think about Embiid?
I mean, he got everything.
In my humble opinion, he reminds me the most of.
He got the same move, basically.
Without the defense, I would say. I don't know if that's just Embiid's body not holding up, but yeah, he is very similar to Hakeem, the way he can just dominate in especially short periods of time. You're just like, damn, we can't just stop this guy. But his body really can't hold up. And Hakeem is almost like a ballerina, just the way his footwork, just the way he was moving. It's a whole different thing.
You think same movements?
Yeah.
I said the
same
same
style.
Same style. You can tell he watches you.
Yeah.
So I mean, Jokic, Embiid, Sengun, even Sengun doing some stuff in the post.
How do you like playing with him?
I tell people, this is my first time playing with a big that can play that way.
Right.
I used to playing with bigs that set great screens and play great defense.
Right.
And it's kind of limited on offense. But he can do it all on offense. Shoot the three, post up, make the passes.
Right.
So it's been an adjustment because, bigs, I'm not used to bigs playing in my area too. So, at the 3-point line, the mid post, like he's setting up in the same spots I'm setting up.
Right.
We play similar. We have a similar approach.
Right.
But it's been fun. Just he give me open shots and they double him in the post. I get an open three.
That's right. I see you sometimes.
Like because I'm like I know if you don't double him, he's scoring that. So. But it's fun playing with bigs that can do multiple things out there.
And that's going to be one of the most interesting adjustments to see how KD is going to maneuver with that, especially with Fred VanVleet being out this season. That Şengün KD pick and roll, or just their overall chemistry on this Rockets team, is definitely a dynamic worth paying attention to. But hey, KD might need to holla at Hakeem and participate in some of his summertime workouts. Kobe has done it. A lot of the greats have done it. That is a well-known pilgrimage that a lot of the NBA players among their circles take in the offseason. But it is what it is. This is the beautiful thing about this current media landscape. Not only it puts the players of different generations together, but also the fan bases to understand the multiple layers of beauty that the NBA game has.